Did you know that by recycling just one copy of the Sunday New York Times, we could save 75,000 trees? And if Americans recycle just 1/10 of all newspapers, we could save 25 million trees. Did you also know that every hour 2.5 million plastic bottles are used, and every year Americans use a billion plastic bags, creating over 300,000 tons of waste? These are just a few of the recycling statistics generated by the Brigham Young University of Idaho. According to an article, Advancing Sustainable Materials Management, Facts and Figures, published by the Environmental Protection Agency, also known as the EPA, the U.S. produced 254 million tons of trash in 2013, with only about 87 million tons being recycled. This creates a recycling rate of 34.3% for the U.S. This means that about 65.7% of America's waste is either burned or sent to landfills, both of which pollute our environment. Landfills are harmful to the environment and unfortunately are where a majority of our waste ends up. They are becoming too full, increasing the amount of them that we need, which is also creating an increase in the amount of contamination in our water and air and a decline in our natural resources. Reduce, reuse, recycle. This is a slogan I'm sure we've all heard since we were children, but it is one to live by. The environmental damages caused by the increase in waste are only getting worse and presenting life-threatening consequences now. By reusing and recycling items, the need to harvest more natural resources to make them and the amount of waste going to landfill is reduced, as well as the environmental damages. According to the Global Alliance for the Incinerator Alternatives, in their article, Landfills, for every 1 ton of waste sent to a landfill, 70 tons of manufacturing, mining, oil and gas exploration, agriculture, and coal combustion is produced. Getting waste to and from landfills, compacting it once it gets there, and then reproducing more items to replace the ones being thrown away requires an immense amount of energy, therefore exhausting our natural resources. Along with this, landfills let off toxic pollutants that have been linked to causing cancer, asthma, and many other major health effects. Studies have shown that chemicals like paint thinner and pesticides are among those emitted to the air. Landfills also release greenhouse gases that are contributing to the global climate change, and besides just contaminating our air, toxic jets have been proven to be leaking from landfills as well, contaminating our groundwater. Statistics from the U.S. Census Bureau population clock shows that the U.S. population as of July 4th, 2015 was 321,442,019. As of today, the total population less than a year later is 323,832,502. With an increasing population comes an increase in waste, and a recycling rate of only 34.3%, the need for landfills is in demand. According to the EPA's same article, there are 3,091 active landfills and over 10,000 old ones. This means that there are over 10,000 landfills with waste decaying, releasing toxic pollutants and greenhouse gases into our air and toxic jets into our water. At this rate, if we don't change something, the world our future families could potentially living in could be very different. The EPA suggests in a different article, Climate Change, Basic Information, that the greenhouse gases that are released are estimated to increase the Earth's temperature by 0.5 to 8.6 degrees Fahrenheit, affecting our ocean's temperature, our weather, and our sea levels. Cancer and many other major health problems will be on the rise, and our natural resources will be greatly impacted in just the next century. By reducing and reusing and recycling items like paper, cardboard, plastic, aluminum, and glass, these materials will not end up in landfills. This will create more space for items we cannot recycle and reduce the amount of waste, thus reducing the amount of harmful toxins released and the amount of natural resources needed to keep up. The EPA stated in the article Advancing Sustainable Materials Management, Facts and Figures, that in 2013, recycling prevented 87.2 million tons of material from being disposed of in landfills, up from the 15 million in 1980. This prevented the release of approximately 186 million metric tons of greenhouse gases from being released into the air, which is equivalent to taking over 39 million cars off the road for a whole year. If we can increase the amount of people who are recycling, we can decrease the amount of pollution released into our environment, as well as conserve our natural resources. In order to help this growing issue, we have to take action today. Recycling is the answer, and there are many other simple ways people can get involved in this action. Almost all communities have some sort of recycling program. Check with your local program to see how it works. Whether it is a curbside program where the recycled material is picked directly up from your outside of your home, or a program that is a designated office where you can bring recycled items to. Setting aside a separate bin to collect recyclable items and watching for the recycled triangle, like these, on the product labels are small, simple things we can all do that will reduce waste. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. These three words, if taken seriously and acted upon, could greatly decrease the environmental damages stemming from overflowing in landfills. Keeping recyclable items out of landfills will create more space for things that we cannot recycle, and the way that we can keep the amount of landfills that we need down. Recycling is the way we can help prevent harmful effects on our environment and ourselves. One individual in recycle can make a difference in the environment, but if we all unite and work together and encourage one another to recycle, we can make a huge difference in preserving our environment.